Hello everyone, this is Joseph Lucier, and we are here for our weekly Tongren session. We usually have about 50 to 75 people each week, and I look forward to seeing all of you and hopefully hear about your progress. And if you have any specific questions in terms of Tongren or supporting therapies such as herbs, cleanses, and training programs that we have, because we like to teach people how they can help themselves. So that's what we want to do. And I'm going to set up Instagram at this moment, and we should be good to go. So let me know, everybody, how y'all doing. And let's see. And there we go. So let me get the tapping begun. Did you hear that? So we start with a basic process. And we have people from Facebook, Instagram, and even my website, which has good ways. These are all in our interests to allow you to participate and put in your own questions for getting your own personal sessions. So we work for the blood flow to the brain. And we got to get our Instagram friends in. And there we go. And if live, there we go. Live, I think it's live, right? Yep. Blood flow to the brain. So for everyone ready, take a nice deep breath. Command points of the brain, which includes a tune-up for the endocrine system and the central nervous system. So, a couple of announcements. While we work, we have Excited Human, and let's see, we have comments from Facebook, Janice Conyers, Cheryl and Lucy, and we will probably see Christos. He usually shows up. And Linda. And Esther and Catherine from the land of text. So blood flow, nerve flow. That's our main focus. Blood flow and nerve flow. So blood flow to the spine and the nerve flow. So for Excited Human, we work on the immune system. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So we need to think, what's the cause of the inflammation? Some kind of irritation or deficiency. So if you think of it in terms of deficiency and toxicity, could be nutrients, could be oxygen, or could be bioelectricity. Those are our main targets. The land of text. Yes. The land to the west of the Organites, to the south of the Tibetans, and to the east of the land of text. Chronic inflammatory for everyone, anti-inflammatory conditions. And also perfect blood for Happy Mama. And it's working. And she attested to that your counts are doing great. And we'll tap for some special people. Julia Knight, for Jay, for Liam, for Uta in remembrance for Chris, Rick, Keithy in remembrance. I just learned about that this week. As soon as I did, I put out the information to the community. With COVID, sometimes things get disconnected. So Perfect Blood, T1. Also good for the immune system for excited human, happy mama. So right leg neuropathy, a lot of times massage therapy can help. Vitamin B12 is critical for anyone with any neurological neuropathy issues. A sublingual triple blend B12 is what I recommend, along with B vitamins to support that. A wide spectrum B vitamin and then a sublingual B12. That's to preserve your nerves. We don't know what the cause is, but we want to preserve them from getting any worse. So Perfect Blood, T1, T7 for the spleen, which is also good for the immune system. So T1 is where our immune cells are born. The thymus and the spleen are where they grow up. Or actually, if they grow up, sometimes they just move out to the thymus and to the spleen, the T cells and B cells. So let's work on Perfect Blood, T1, T7 right side, and bones, T1 and GB39. So I'd be interested to hear what other people are doing for bones in terms of herbs. I've been researching a brilliant company that has really advanced bone support. And we have Mr. Laser, right around CV12. And we go down to 4, which we have right leg neuropathy, so blood flow, nerve flow. Blood flow would be T7, right side. Nerve flow would be the brachial plexus, down the right leg. And let me move back a little bit so you can see the doll better with my hand. There we go, that's a better position. And also for Perfect Blood, but let's work on GB39. But also the immune system, 70% of our immune system, the first guard of our defense systems are in the gut. So that would be T11, T12, L4, and L5. So we work on the microbiome, the bone marrow, which is the factory, like an organ for immune cells. And the way those things can work better is focus on reestablishing bioelectricity and detoxification. So has anybody here heard yet that we have a Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. we have an interview with the aloe vera expert, probably the smartest aloe vera person in the world with the smartest raw food, organic, raw aloe vera juice and gel. So we don't want to miss the lymph. T3 for the lymph, and T7 for the lymph, the spleen. The spleen is the largest lymph node, and T3 is for the lymph bioelectricity. So let's do the lumbosacral plexus and down the legs and grounding, liver 3 and kidney 1. So how's everybody doing? We're going to do a breathing exercise in just a moment. So does anybody have any updates on Janice from the Tongren Center in Quincy? I heard she has cancer. So that might be because she spends so much time helping others, she's not taking care of herself. She's a great, selfless, caring person. So next we have Esther, and we will focus on arthritis and weight loss. I don't want to miss that. Yes, I heard Janice from the TAM Center in Quincy Center. Maybe I haven't confirmed it, but I have been told that she has herself got cancer, so we need to tap for her as well. That happens a lot sometimes with caregivers because they're giving too much and they're not taking care of themselves. And she has a pretty hectic schedule. So let's confirm that first. And I don't want to promote a rumor, but let's take care of that first. And then, as we all know, Rick Keithy passed away. Yes, that is Janice who taps for emotions, but let's confirm that. Hopefully I'm wrong. That would be great. And then Rick Keithy, he passed away this summer. So Esther, respiratory infection, joint and nerve issues, pain, and your daughter, fertility. So let's work on that starting now. Blood flow to the brain, and for Kimby's. But let's work on the arthritis and weight loss for Janice Conyers. And for Kimby's, detox, adrenal health, and healing. Third time right broken foot. Did you try that video that I sent? That's supposed to fix broken bones in 3 days. So let me know if that works. That would be great to know. And we need to do and I was asking around, a comfrey poultice is one good option for knitting the bones in your feet. Comfrey, herbs or poultice or oils or salves on the broken area. That's the latest that I got for that. So, arthritis is an itis, T123 478. So, hopefully it's just a knee problem for Janice. I'm not in touch with the clinic as much as I used to be. I used to live right in there, work in there for over 20 years. So let's hope that I am wrong. because most Tongren therapists, they rarely get conditions like that. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for arthritis, weight loss, T7 right side for weight loss, pituitary for the metabolism, for detoxing, the best thing is always clay, of course. Eleanor. Is that Eleanor Marks we're talking about? Yep, Eleanor Marks. Calm mind, we didn't do that for Happy Mama, by the way. GB13 right side. Kidney 1 for grounding, of course, and detox. For Kimby's, that's clay is your best option. Good herbs like cilantro. And let's work on adrenal health and the bones and broken foot. So it sounds like you definitely need more circulation for the area. Do you have diabetes, Kimby's? I may have asked you before. Any diabetes or circulatory issues? So again, T1, 2, 3 for Esther and respiratory, lungs. T2, T3, joint and nerve pain. CV 19, 20, 21, 22. And for Les also, comfrey poultices. I was looking at that information for you as well. So for bone building, the most recent stuff I've seen that might be good for your foot as well is a company called AlgaeCal, ALGAECAL. They have a 2-part process. They actually guarantee bone density improvements. So they must know what they're talking about. Cheryl and Yonacy, we will work on the teeth and gums, fatigue and floaters next. So let's continue for Esther, sometimes asking for the area of sacrum 1 to 5. Lumbar 2, 3, and 4 for fertility for your daughter. So Instagram is asleep. And Lucy, you're doing good. Please, if you will, tap for digestion. Absolutely. We won't miss anyone. So there you go, Kimby's adrenal health, lumbar 1 and lumbar 2. Lumbosacral plexus for the nerves to the feet. T7 right side for the blood to the feet. And then the ouch point on the foot itself. And grounding. vagus nerve to the gut-brain axis, and also CV4 for fertility for your daughter, Esther. And I did get your message about Masterpiece Theater. I missed one of the 3 Masterpiece shows last week, and they were repeated on Saturday, so that when you get to Sunday, you're up to speed. That's a pretty clever way to do it. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. So how's everybody doing? Let me just go to the end of the chat here real quick and see what people have been responding for my funny comments. So Esther, Masterpiece Maker, yep, that's great. Janice announced yesterday that she's getting a hip replacement. So that's probably what it's all about. It's not, is it a knee or a hip or both? Okay. So hopefully I'm totally wrong. Cancel anything I said. She is getting a hip or possibly a knee replacement. Great. And Esty is also here. Great. Good to see you all. So Cool Human, you're asking for a little bit disconnected. Any other herbs, vitamins, or dietary changes might help for what in particular? Let me see if I can find Cool Human here. Brain tumor after surgery in frontal lobe. Okay, let's talk about that for sure. Divine Specimen, Young Yi is also coming up. Cheryl and Yonasai, you are next. Teeth, gums, fatigue, and floaters. And believe it or not, those can all be related. So for the teeth and gums, coconut swishing. If you've never heard of that, use coconut oil, swish for 10 to 15 minutes. It will fix all your teeth and gums. If you can use an electric toothbrush, very gentle, and gently brush or massage the gums, gently, that will help if there's any gum issues. And then fatigue and floaters, those are issues of the immune system. And then the floaters, we work on that because we're working with Catherine next for macular degeneration and gallstones. Blood flow to the brain. So we are next working with Cheryl Ann and Les and Catherine. Blood flow to the brain and brain command points. So we want to balance the biochemical system and the bioelectrical system. That's why we tap the points on the top of the head. That's how we initialize all the communications of the entire body. We reboot biochemical, bioelectrical systems of the entire body. So that's the blood flow, the hormone flow, bioelectricity flow, and then the next best flow is the blood flow, GV17. So that's the strategy for those 3 points. Blood flow, nerve flow, and biochemical flow. So maybe to have a show of hands, your little hands on the other side of the computer there, in terms of the breath technique. If you want to do it, we can do it 15 minutes before the hour. I know you're all on different time zones and stuff, but we can definitely do that. So GV17 for blood flow, heart management and circulation, vertebral artery to the spinal artery, So for all cancers, including bone cancer, any other cancers, brain cancer, all of these different things, the common element is oxygen and carbon dioxide, but primarily oxygen. So we want to do the phrenic nerve, which is the sky window, and CV17, which is the diaphragm. That's an oxygen medicine therapy. Anybody think that they'll come to Tuesday for the aloe vera interview? Let me know. And also on a week from Saturday, we are teaching Tongren. We've already got people. Already got a bunch of people for the Be Your Own Healer. The last person was from California. No, Oakland. I presume that's California, but it's not. It is MI. Is that Michigan or Mississippi? So oxygen, 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 anti-cancer, 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 anti-inflammation, more oxygen. So let's work on the lungs for oxygen. T2, T3. Let's work on C6 for less and the other cancers. The diaphragm. T1 for the bones for less. The lymph for less. And prostate for less. T3, L3. But that's for the bones, and let's work directly for the teeth. C3, 4, and 5 for the teeth and gums. So you can massage the areas, and whenever you have fatigue, that's because resources going to allow us to do work in our daily lives are being taken up to manage inflammation usually. So let's work on the fatigue, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, the floaters, C3, and again for macular degeneration for Catherine, and for gallstones, apple cider vinegar every day, and a great product called Stone Breaker, which has a classic herb, which I'm using with someone else. It's working, Chanca Piedra, at this very moment. It's called Stone Breaker, which is a good name. C3 for the eyes, ouch point for the eyes for Catherine and for Cheryl Ann. Ouch point for the jaw, the teeth, the gums. Good to see you, Cheryl. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, bone density, and I think I didn't send you that Algical for less. I think I missed that. I'm going to do that as soon as we are finished. And I did look up for you comfrey poultices for your ribs. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And hello, Esty. Good to see you. Awesome. So next we work with Lucy. And I might have to turn Instagram off and on so it will send out another alert since nobody's here. Nope, they did it twice, so that's a good thing. They actually do it. so that we're on the same page. But remember, Kimby's, the frustration and depression, I understand that. I don't know I can't understand what's going on in your mind. It's always different and special for you, but I do empathize, and I think it would be good to build up the gut, put some clay and comfrey poultices around that foot for a night, every night, and then massage the areas above the feet to get circulation to that area. And I would also use cayenne pepper because that'll bring energy to the extremities. Cayenne pepper is a good option for you as well. So let me know if you got that information. I want to make sure that you got that. So we're going to work on the sinuses for Gyeongyi and continue to work on pain and ribs for less. So blood flow to the brain. Initialize the biochemical and bioelectrical systems of the body. Blood flow, nerve flow, vertebral artery, spinal artery. One thing you can try, Gyeongyi, is alternate nasal breathing. I don't know if everybody knows, but only one nostril at a time is active, and it switches. So it's good to do alternate nasal breathing. How cool is that? T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Let's work for Lucy. Digestion. T7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the microbiome. T11, T12, L4, and L5. And then for Gyeongyi, the sinuses. C3, C4, and the ouch point on the right cheek. A great way to clear the sinuses is to make a big bowl of steam water, add in some lavender, put a towel over your head, make a tent, inhale that. That will definitely sanitize your sinuses. Lavender or oregano. And use that same technique, Nitika, but use frankincense and inhale it into the sinuses, into the brain, frankincense, inhaling. And a woman named Huish is one of probably many people that have solved their brain tumors with that technique as well. So let's continue on with the digestion for Lucy. T7 right side, blood flow, and then the stomach. T9. Microbiome for Lucy, T11, T12, L4, L5. And 2 people with sinus issues. So 3, 4, 5. And sinus infection, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. And grounding, but also CV4 for Lucy for the digestion. CV4 is the main area for that. And the sinuses, let's work from the eyes to the ears to the nose and the sinuses completely to release. edema and heart failure. Let's really focus on that. Linda, your requests are fine here. I think your request is on Facebook at the moment. Or where are you tapping in? It looks like Facebook. It might be YouTube. Some people check in from YouTube, but usually that's where the spam comes in. I don't speak Russian, but I can read it. Pectores Budakosa. Sounds like spam. So, anyway. Hello. That's to our spammers. Go away. Let's work with Nikita from Canada. And we will work with Linda next. Blood flow to the brain. And let's work on the brain tumor. Right frontal lobe. Let's work directly on the right frontal lobe, GB13, right side. And let's work on the visual cortex for the vision loss. Numbness on the right face. So blood flow, vertebral artery, carotid artery, and occipital arteries. I think cayenne pepper would be a good option for you as well to get that circulation back, that oxygenation delivery. Emotional balance, GB13. Oh, and she has started the frankincense oil, and we are getting improvements. Oh, that's great news. Everybody, let me read that again, because this is really important for everyone. And for Nitika, she has started taking the frankincense oil, and we are getting improvements. If everybody could give a thumbs up for her, that would be great. That's great news. I'm so happy to hear it. Blood flow to the brain, tired eyes. Welcome to the club. Just because you're watching a computer or cell phone 20 hours a day doesn't mean your eyes should be tired. I don't know why. I'm just talking for myself. So blood flow to the brain, carotid artery, vertebral artery, carotid artery. Deliver nutrients, oxygen, and anti-inflammation, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and oxygen systemically to the body. So in March, I'm actually teaching a workshop on oxygen medicine, Nobel Prize winning science of the causes of disease. It's called Oxygen Cellular Medicine, Common Sense Therapy. It'll include breathing techniques, breath work, so let's work again. C3 for tired eyes, and again for macular degeneration. For Catherine, GV17, C3, 4, and 5, and the ouch point of the eyes. And the rotator cuff. So we'll work on the ouch points, the shoulder release point, gallbladder 21, any itis, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, which is inflammation. But we'll work on both shoulders. Yarrow oil, on the shoulders. Liver 3 and kidney 1. Linda, you're next. Absolutely. Good to see you. Good to see everyone here. It's fun when I can recognize all the names. And there is Faris. Kimby's, I got your requests. Yes, I did. Where are the hands located? I'm not sure. Yep, I got you, Kimby's. I spent a good amount of time. I want to make sure. Love my ACV. Yes. But yep, I got you, Kimby's. All right, let's continue. Well, we have quite a few requests. Let's get this. So Faris, blood flow to the brain, eyesight. I saw an eye remedy from the Caribbean. It included eye bright, the herb, which makes a lot of sense. Included another herb that I don't recognize, but it might be local to the Caribbean or Central America. We're also going to work for AML, but especially for edema, heart failure, and hearing. For Linda Denard. Blood flow to the brain, brain command points. Work on the ouch point of the eyes right away. So Excited Human is asking, is he live yet? Yes, I am. Started right at 6. I was right on time. So you might have just caught me. I might have been a minute late. I apologize for that. Might have just missed. So AML is leukemia. So we want to work on the bones and the bone marrow and the production of immune cells. Restoring blood counts. There's a great way to do that with the products from a company which specializes in ITP and bone marrow blood enhancements. T1 for the bones, GB39 for the bones. And digestion, T7 to T12. But we want to work on the heart failure, edema. So we want to work on T7, the spleen, and we want to work on the kidneys. And we want to focus on liver 3 and kidney 1 for pulling the water down. And hearing, of course, as well. Vestibular cochlear nerve. So blood flow, nerve flow, sky window to the ears. So let's work on the heart on both sides. T5, both sides. CV17, also for the heart and really good for the laser. And grounding. Ear ringing, okay. Ear ringing, so that's tinnitus. All right. And let me just make sure I get this correct. So again, for the ears, blood flow and nerve flow. You're welcome, Linda. Blood flow, nerve flow, and the ouch point of the ears. And the ears are also C3. So, cool human, what is it that you wanted the herbs? Oh, for the brain. Yep, I got it. Sorry, my mistake. So a great remedy for herbs is kind of a package of aloe vera and Essiac herbs, which is Herbal Answers Herbal Aloe Force, which has Essiac herbs in it. But aloe, good quality aloe in and of itself, increases macrophage and immune system building and cleanup. And what I would recommend is, if you have questions, we can talk to Dr. Jerry on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But that would be the next set of herbs that I would recommend. Of course, the other vitamins would be high-dose vitamin C, vitamin D3, B12. Those are the basic things that would be good. Of course, always, with everybody here, always consult your doctor, whatever you do, whatever you don't do. But in terms of vitamins, which is pretty straightforward, and food, that has not yet been, there's no meter connected to that yet. So we're pretty good, except for Codex Alimentarius, if you've heard of that, which is a international global conspiracy to control vitamins and herbs and to make it more difficult for the freedom of getting herbs and plant-based nutrition. But I digress. T123478. Dietary changes, alkaline, lots of greens, no animal products, no dairy products. Every morning, orange juice, lemon, 2 ounces of lemon and water. Throughout the day, hydration between meals, apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of that. But for everyone, we're going to do a lymph tune-up. Axillary lymph for the armpits, inguinal lymph for the groin, lymphatic duct to stomach 11 and 12. CV17, CV4, and we want to work for J, CV4, T11, T12, L4, L5, S5, and for Liam, GB13, right side, balance, GB19, 20, 21, 22, and for a COVID person in Algiers, T123478. So abdominal hernia, that's also the inguinal area. Left side, right side. Type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance. So we'll work on the pancreas. But what's causing the resistance is fats from animal products primarily, and excess fats in the diet. And for Parkinson's, the goal is to fix the gut if it has an issue, T11, T12, colon cleansing to remove constipation, because a lot of times in the gut, it's a migration from the gut by way of the vagus nerve to the brain, which mucks up the brain. So T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for Parkinson's, GP789 for the substantia nigra part of the brain, and grounding for Parkinson's as well. So here's a good question. I just got the blood supplements from Get Well Natural. Those are for building the bone marrow. That's okay. Those are nutrifying the bone marrow. So the question is, can they be used along with Vitality Detox supplements? Which is, yes, they can, because that's going to remove toxins. And sometimes even the bone marrow is negatively impacted by mercury or arsenic. And the clay products, I'm presuming you got the clay bath stuff, I would suggest to do those together. One will be nutrifying, one will be detoxing, and it will probably make each other work better. So I would definitely say that's a good way to go. Okay, so for breath work, I'm a little bit late. So if everybody would take a deep breath, let me see how many more people we got. Maybe we can do it at the end. Yep, I'm going to go through the rest of the people, and then right around 7, we will do a breath training, which is also good for the bone marrow. It's good for the oxygen. It's good to reduce inflammation. So let's do that. So there's a question here, where are the hands located? And I want to make sure I got Leonard. Leonard is here. I think I missed my friend Leonard. I saw it earlier. Yep, there's Leonard. Okay. Love my ACV. That's apple cider vinegar, which is great. Systemic enzymes are excellent for inflammation. You take them in between meals. My recommendation would be Veganzyme from Global Healing. But yes, they are a strategy used for cancer in between meals, because digestive enzymes, proteolytic enzymes, systemics, they clean up stuff, or they help to digest if you eat them with meals. If you take them in between meals, they clean up leftover stuff, usually proteins, which create inflammation. So yes, that is correct. So Leonard, we will be working for Carolyn for pneumonia. So CV17, lung 1, lung 2, oxygenating the area. And T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, but especially the lungs and the bronchial areas. For Carolyn, T2, T3. and grounding. And we are good, and we will do a breath technique, and we're right on time, 3 minutes before the hour. So for everyone that is still with me, say hello. Get an idea of how many people are out there. If it's 5, 10, maybe 100 sometimes. But grounding, liver 3 and kidney 1, and a little bit of CV17 to increase the lungs. So here we go. So everybody sit with your feet flat on the floor. We're going to breathe in and out through the nose. I'm going to do counting, and you'll just follow what I recommend. So ready? You're going to breathe in, count to 4. Ready? Breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out through the nose. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then breathe normally. And that will help to regulate the oxygen and carbon dioxide in your body. It will create resistance breathing. It will create a rhythm, which is better for your heart, and will do a lot of great stuff for your body. So thank you very much for joining, everyone. I'm going to do a little bit of Qigong also for everyone on CV17 and CV4 to charge the battery. So you'll all have a great, strong day. Yes, and hello again, Lucy. Good to see you. Oh, yeah, you're checking in with the process. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's okay for everyone, and let me know how you're doing. Keep in touch. Remember the aloe vera interview on Tuesday, the Be Your Own Healer workshop on the following Saturday. Then in March, we have an oxygen medicine, cellular medicine workshop, which has been really important to understand all these different techniques, even how Tongren relates to oxygen and the Nobel Prize winning science about cancer. And also we have a colon cleanse, detox cleanse pair coming up soon. So here we go. Have a great day. Blessings to all of you. Be kind to one another. It's our best option for saving the world. Thanks very much and have a great day.